Hello and welcome back to the Byzantines. I am back after a week off and I am feeling a little bit more relaxed, but also a little bit ill, as it tends to be when you go on holiday. However, I have also had time to come back with a plan, and this plan I think will add a little bit of structure to how we're going to do the rest of this campaign, and I think it's going to make it an interesting challenge. So, let's start with what's not changing. What are we still going to be doing? We are still going to be working on these decisions. We still want to do reinstate the grain dole as one of the big ones. We still want to do the restoring the backwater stuff, which we need to be a lower rank to do. We still want to do dismantle the German pretenders. We still want to do secure the Mediterranean. There's a lot still to do. However, one thing I also want to do is I want to restore the Roman Empire with the negatives. But I don't want to do it right away. What I want to do is I want to set up our realm in the best state possible to deal with that. So, let's look at what went wrong and how we can potentially improve things. So, what went wrong? Obviously, plagues. Plagues were a huge issue for us, and they cause us many problems. Plague resistance is something that we want to get across the realm. We want to get as much plague resistance as we can. So that's kind of goal number one. However, plague resistance by itself isn't going to solve everything. What I think could be useful, potentially, is looking at something like Mashriki that has water rituals. This, we didn't see a lot of benefit from it from our previous tests, but it might be useful. It might be useful just if it keeps members of our culture alive a little bit longer, means that there's not as much turnover in terms of leadership, means that potentially we're not worrying about that side of things and we can worry about all the other problems that the plagues are causing. So, maybe we want to merge with Mashriki. Now, merging with Mashriki isn't actually the worst idea, because they also have some unique innovations. They have war camels, which means that you can get camel breederys, you can get camel riders, and you can get cameleer acclaids to go with them. And you also get the Gilman cultural and regional innovation that means men-at-arms just cost 15% less, which is also pretty cool. This one I think is just a technology that we don't have, right? Yeah, early medieval military buildings? Are you sure we don't have early medieval military buildings? Oh, we are going to get that in 38 days. Wonderful. Anyway, so we won't get that one. But it gives us some cultural stuff, which will be good. Now, I might be saying, well, you could just form a hybrid culture now. True. I definitely could just form that hybrid culture now. But I don't think it's the best idea to form it now. Because if we wait just 17 years, which is a reasonably long time, but not that long in the context of the game, we will get one extra cultural tradition. This then means that we don't have to give up anything to merge with Mashriki. I think that would be reasonably good. I think that could be quite positive for us. So, in my head, that's roughly what I'm thinking. But we got 17 years till that happens, so that's something to think about. If there's anything else we can do against plague, that's something we want to look into, but I'm not entirely sure what our options are. I think your main option when plagues happen is to, well, just kind of deal with it. So, plagues, big issue. What issues did plagues cause? Can we deal with the symptoms? Well, yeah. One of the symptoms was a bunch of factions. How can we deal with factions? Well, what we can do is we can make it so that our vassals are structured so that our vassals themselves will not fall over immediately. So, having nice, organized realms will actually help us. Now, it has been suggested that what we could do is we could hold a bunch of kingdoms ourselves and then have lots of duke vassals, and because we have high vassal limit, then that might be a good idea. Yeah, it might be. But for now, we're going to stick with kingdoms, because kingdoms are nice and easy to organize. They're very easy to visualize here. if we had everything as dukes here, I think that we would struggle to focus. I think that that would cause us some issues. Like if we had only like duke level vassals, we're looking at a realm that looks something like this, which is just a little difficult to like solidify into a plan. I think if we're looking at kingdoms, then we can be like, oh, okay, I'm working on Pannonia for now, and that covers this region. Once we've got all the kingdoms sorted, we can look at whether potentially we want to move down into the duke level, but for now, let's just focus on kingdoms. So, I want to make sure that our vassals are in a good place to deal with a bunch of problems, and I want to make sure that they're not going to immediately revolt. So, vassals, manage them. What we also want to do is we want to make sure that the army that the vassals are providing is good for us. We want to make sure that the vassals are actually giving us the max amount of troops that they could be, and that the troops are of a high quality. So how could we do that? Well, we could potentially do something like this. Have a look at how many men-at-arms they have and look for places that don't have a lot. Like this one doesn't have that many men-at-arms over here. So that's the Duchy of... that was the Duchy of Mosin. Is that something that you hold? Or Mosia? Yeah. So we can look at something like this and then go, okay, so what is this person... like, how many men-at-arms should he be able to produce in theory? And then, why doesn't he have that many men-at-arms? Maybe what we want to do at that point is we want to be looking at them administrations from this level and be going, okay, well, you're not producing enough men-at-arms. Maybe we put your military. Maybe we try and make that your... Or maybe we change it your focus to try and get you to do some more men-at-arms, or... where's focus, anyway? Oh, vassal directive, that's what I meant to say. Maybe we do this and we say, actually, I really want you to boost your men-at-arms or recruit your men-at-arms right now, because it looks like you don't have as many as you should have. And basically just go around and make sure that everywhere is as buffed up as possible, because the more buffed up they are, we get two benefits from it. The first is that I believe it will make our total soldiers look better, although that will only be if their levies were buffed up. Anyway, that would be if they buff up their military. It'll make our total levies look better because they'll be giving us levies, which seems good because then it will then make our factions weaker in comparison to us, so they'll fire slower, which is good. But also if they have a bunch of men-at-arms, we can then temporarily take the men-at-arms, which will also increase our military strength, which will make factions look weaker, and then it'll allow us to use them to put down the factions, which I think was one of the problems we had previously, is that we had a bunch of factions firing all over the realm, but we weren't really dealing with them, because if I split my army in half, then I was in risk of the doom stacks attacking us. If I kept my army together, then we weren't able to get rid of as many enemy armies as possible. Like, we weren't able to get rid of them quickly enough. So it was kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. So, we want to make sure that our vassals are as strong as they can be, they're providing everything that they can provide, and that we're actively trying to change the directive so that they provide as many troops as they can to us. So, that's something we want to do there. We can, however, also make the realm more resilient to this type of faction in other ways. We can look at buildings that usually would be a little bit rubbish, but now are actually pretty good. So I think there was a castle over here. Yeah, I just wanted to use it, so I just needed to find somewhere that had empty building slots so I could open this screen. Walls and towers might go up in value a lot if you think that there are going to be a lot of factions, because you can do two things with them. You can raise the garrison, which means that they need a larger army to actually be able to siege, which means that their armies can't just carpet siege everything with tiny amounts of troops, which would be great. But what this is also doing is it's increasing fort level, which is then going to make it slower when they are sieging. So they have to make their armies kind of coalesce into larger groups, and they then also are going to be slower at sieging. So it gives you more time to like deal with them in factions, right? So if we had like a level 5 version of this, they're going to be sitting here a very long time, and then you come along, you get the defender advantage, and you just walk over them. That, I think, is going to be good for us. I think that's going to be something that's worth working on. And I think that that's something that we want to do in about 17 years' time. Or we want to really focus on it then. Well, maybe a little bit after. Because we're going to start getting more building slots available to us. And maybe that's something that we can try and get across the realm. Although, obviously, because Leek is only in this small portion of the realm, that's going to cause some issues. Because Greek is not going to get to high medieval as quickly as we are. And it's not necessarily going to get the same tech as we are. So, yeah. There might be arguments for spreading our culture more. Maybe we decide that our culture is actually spread as much as we need it to be. Or it's not spread, it's actually advanced enough in tech to the level where we can spread it out. So, let's say that we get here, we get windmills, we get guilds, we get some other thing that, like maybe hoardings, and then we spread our culture to specific places to try and create difficulty for like opposing factions to siege. So like maybe we'd pick a few provinces along here, and we just create like areas where we have high like where we change the culture and then have high fort level. Maybe that would be useful, because then at the very least it will move armies into like sections. So say we got all of that with high fort level, well, then the enemy armies would tend to be in like these sections here, and then we can split our army up and then deal with them in individual sections. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but that could be an alright idea. Other things that we need to do, we also need to improve our own army, because our army is currently, I mean, it's fine, but there are things that we can do to improve it. We can have a look, say, at our knights. We can say, well, actually, our knights are not that good, given how large a realm we have, right? Like, our best knight, he's pretty good. But the ones after that, you're kind of looking at, like, not even hitting 20. I don't think that that's great for us. I think we could do with better knights. And we could also do with men-at-arms actually getting higher bonuses from the holdings that they're in. I think these are things that we can look at. And we can say, actually, I want to try and build buildings that can make our bowmen better, because currently they're only getting like a plus 20% bonus from the keep, right? We could do things like that. And I think that's something to look at as well. Anyway, lots and lots and lots of things to look at. Where are we going to start? Well, I think that what we want to do is we want to just try and make some of the realm organized. We've already done some of it up here. I think if we can make some of this land over here organized, we can see what kingdoms we can create, reach a limit of creating kingdoms, and then see, like, oh, what random pieces of land do I still have left over? Like, for instance, if I head over here, also I didn't split that up previously. If we were going duchies, it might look something like that, which would be horrible. But we might go over here and we might say, actually, I've got some land in Dalem here, which we can't properly split up because we don't hold the rest of Dalem. And then that'll give us a reason to attack them. Or over here, we're missing, you know, we're missing some of the African land. Maybe we go and conquer some of that. Where we go and make sure that we've got all of that land, and then that's all within the right kingdom, and, you know, things like that. Just making sure that it's sensibly organized, and then that we have the land within the kingdom, and they're in the best place that they can then take a step forward themselves. So, I'm going to unpause, basically. I think is our first thing, though. We need money. We also want to continue focusing on our current character as well. And in doing so, we want to do more activities. As many as we can do. Can I do another grand tournament? I just want to see when the next one is. There we go. I didn't really want to do anything. I just want to see when it was. So 8 years. Yeah, so we should make sure we do grand tournaments on cooldown. Weddings don't matter as much, I think. University visits, yeah. Chariot races, yeah. Not really worried about some of these other ones, but maybe we grab inspection. Might quite like that as well. See what we can do with that. Yeah. Do we want to do pilgrimages? Do we want the pilgrim trait? I mean, we already have the pilgrim trait, but do we want it like a better pilgrim trait? Maybe. Yeah. Although we can just do as many pilgrimages as we want. What are we getting out of this? Yeah, you're getting learning and you're getting piety, so it's not that important. Different culture opinion is kind of nice. But what it might be worth doing is doing long pilgrimages in order to pick up more lifestyle experience. That might be worth it. I'm on internal affairs right now, so yeah. I guess we'll go down, get inspection, and then maybe start do inspections, and then also do some larger traveling around. Yeah, there's places that we need to go. Okay. Oh, yeah. I guess the other thing we can do is we can look at artifacts as well and try and make sure we have good artifacts, because currently we just kind of have a collection, which is fine, but we can probably find ones that are more relevant to what we're actually dealing with, so we'll see. Oh, and somebody in the comments said, how do you get so much influence per month? There you go. Landed house members plus 16. That's pretty much the main one. And then everything else just gets like a percentage bonus on top of it. I don't know if this is the full list of bonuses. It probably isn't. Yeah, also it's kind of weirdly organized, but yeah, I suspect it's like this plus some of these other percentage bonuses, plus we got like a 5 in here, so yeah, that's probably what's causing our influence to be so high. But it's just large realm stuff. It's pretty much the same kind of stuff that means that your prestige is high and your renown is high, you know, but for some reason it's in a new piece of, it's like in a new resource. So anyway, right, unpause. I've talked for long enough. We've discovered that Burr's innovation. Oh really? Have we? We've discovered that innovation. How surprising. So yeah, that is all early medieval military buildings. We're now getting this exposed to us, which is hereditary rule. Not that important. In fact, when I say not that important, I mean literally pointless for us, because we don't have partition. Like we cannot enact that. We can only have our succession laws that we have, which is acclamation succession. There is no changing it, so this does nothing. But I guess it's nice that we're being exposed to it, so that we can then be exposed to something else later. I don't know. We pretty much have all the tech anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much to us, so that's fine. I don't think that faction's strong. I think that we need to wait until the end of the month and then it'll fix itself. Okay. Yeah, court positions and other such things are also probably worth looking at. Have we got all positions with tasks doing a task? Oh, these are no cost. Oh, that's a no cost task. What is it? During the next chariot race that you host, your bookmaker will employ some creative arithmetic. Oh yeah, this is one where you just kind of click it and then you get that bonus, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure we need to do that. Oh, we could also do legends and other such things as well. But, oh, untick that. But I don't know if we necessarily need to. Right now I'm just going to check that we've got all these positions filled, which we do. Right. My daughter. I have a daughter named Philippa. Cool. Secret exposed. My nephew has accused my vassal of having an extramarital affair. Shocking. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Duke Humbert. Hello. Let's get some renown from you. Yeah. Another thing. Sorry, I know I just paused after saying, like, let's unpause and let some time move on. Another thing is if we can get more of this sort of stuff as well, then we can get some natural bonuses that will help us, like control growth per month. Very important when there's massive control negatives to have like some flat control growth, so that you can then, you know, like actually gain some control back, which give you taxes and levies. Popular opinion will also reduce factions a little bit, although not completely. And having places all of our faith is nice as well. That does stop certain factions. 82 years, huh? Yeah, why don't you start working on that? You come back to me later when you're done. Found Holy Order. Did I not already have a Holy Order? I thought I had a Holy Order that I made. Yeah, the Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre. Is this not mine? Oh, it's unclickable, as is this one. Click to view details. Or not, as it turns out. Alright. I don't know if we need that to be a decision that it tells me about right now. I think we're fine for right this second in time. Nephew is losing land. It's probably, and neighboring rulers, one land. And other nephew is now in line for that land. Oh. I've also lost my seneschal because they've gained an appointment. Ah, my sister Zenobia died. Okay. So she held this land over here. Now my other sister has got that land. Cool. Okay. We've also finished meadows here. So, we're finishing some buildings. We probably want to do more personal buildings as well. You can usurp the kingdom of Ruthenia. Oh, okay, where's that? Up here. Do I want to usurp the kingdom of Ruthenia? I mean, I could, but it's going to really, annoy Perislav. Although Perislav is a duchy, right? Oh, that's fine then. We just need to take this bit that they've got of Galicia Volnea away. Then they could have Ruthenia-ish. Yeah, then they could have some Ruthenia. Chernigov, the borders? Pretty much, yeah. Okay. So what land is that? So that's your vassal's land, and then that vassal holds land directly. So I would need to retract these vassals from you, I think. Yeah. Oh, hitting all sorts of buttons. Yeah, I need to retract these vassals, take some land off of that vassal, then hand it back. Okay. Are you administrative? You are not. And I cannot make you administrative because you're tribal. I see. There is a... Is there not a help vassal, not be tribal option? I thought there is somewhere. I've seen it before, I just can't remember where it is. Yeah. Was there something down here? I was wondering whether there was something on the holding. Not entirely sure. I'm sure I've seen something about helping vassals not be tribal, though, somewhere before. I look at Perislav. Is it a directive? You're not really sure what we're doing here with this one. Yeah. Not sure what our options are. I'll need to look into that. Oh yeah, maybe try and stop him being tribal so I can take some of his stuff off of him. So if I try and retract these vassals, you're going to be well mad, right? And it'll be tyranny. And I'll gain stress. Yeah, that doesn't seem good. Doesn't seem like something I want to be doing. Okay. Well, hold on for now then. Looking the other way. You see, my lord, some of the local expectations put on us are quite harsh on business. I found myself approached by Mina, representative of the Vinters Guild in Anas. He has spoken at length about the troubles his guild have had to go through. I figured maybe that we could settle stuff a bit more between the two of us instead. He puts a small bag on the table in front of me, giving me a knowing look. 300 gold or no? I guess I will say no for now. Okay. Neighboring ruler has won war. An expansion of this, which is quite nice. I like that. Oh, actually, that's them failing to expand. I do like my vassals are expanding. It will ruin my carefully, like, structured lands that I'm setting up over here, but I think that's acceptable. That's okay. Nephew's in line to some things, and there's a plague. Oh, okay. How bad is the plague? It's minor. We can ignore it. You could start a legend. You're right, I could. Declare me co-emperor. No. Definitely no. This is fine. Right. Lines about legacy. I'm not going to read your poetry. My friend died. Oh no. And I got a mental break. I'm going to take extra stress here. We need something to lower our stress. And quick. What's this? Negotiate alliance. You would like an alliance. My vassal, my nephew and brother-in-law, huh? That's my sister-in-law. Am I married to sister-in-law, oh, there. Okay, so I'm married to her, and then she's married to my nephew, so he is my nephew brother-in-law. Okay, that's not even that weird. Okay. Why not grab the alliance? Yeah, we should probably do something to lower our stress. Let's hold something in the capital for now. Let's hold a feast, maybe? Yeah. Maybe a little feast in the capital. We'll just hold it here. I don't need this. I don't need this. I do need this. Well, I don't really need the prestige gain, actually. I do need this, potentially, although I don't really need that either, now that I think about it. I can't hold a feast. Cannot be hosted for 3 years. Feast has a 3-year cooldown? Really? Huh. I guess I probably knew that at some point. And I probably find that each time I'm like, oh, that's new. I also can't hold this for another 3 months. Ah, well. That's annoying. Can we hold a funeral? That lowers stress. Do I have a body? I do. Oh, okay. How about my half-sister who just died? That's good. We'll do that. Nobody's invited. Not even close family. Perfect. Our goal will be to mourn, probably. Yeah, that seems fine. Don't need this, don't need this. Let's start the funeral. I'll never forget her, as it says. Whoever she is. Do I want to be friends with this guy? No, but I also don't really want him to be that mad at me. So we'll just choose that option for now. We're engaged in the wake. There's some tyranny going on over in Luxembourg. Alright. Secret exposed? You're having an extramarital affair. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking. You're getting some cultural promotion things going. That's fine. Commission Silk Regalia. It's only available once every 5 years. Sure. What have we got? That looks fine. Yeah. Let's pick a family member and give it to them. Let's go. Yeah, living house members by rank. You, person in charge of Italy. I'm not giving you the papal tiara. I'm going to give you the fine silk regalia that I just picked up. Wonderful. Cool. Back to the wake. Someone managed to become wounded at the wake. That's impressive. How's the disease looking? Yeah, it's not really spreading. That's what I like to see. I have lost 0 stress so far at the wake. Also, we need to get rid of that saying that there's an extra thing there. What's this? Your neighbor has won against another expansion for the same thing as the previous one. Okay. Hey, I lost stress on a random event. We haven't had any real events yet, though, which is kind of funny. Finished Hunter's Guilds. Really? No events at all in that part of the funeral? We've had the ones where we had a single guest and we got events. We got no event. Okay. Right. Well, at least I lose a bunch of stress then. And gain a ton of piety. Okay. 1 day till it ends. You just had a funeral with 1 event. And it was the guaranteed event. Crazy. Okay. Yes, you're head of faith for claims. I don't really need claims, but actually, what can I get claims on? Yeah, I'm not that worried about that. We do probably want to grab up some of these places if we can, but... And they are also orthodox, so they might just become ours if we wait. Yeah, if we wait, some of these places might just, you know, agree to be our vassal. That'd be nice. We can hold another hunt. Do we have the hunter trait? Yeah. So we could start working some more on this, push this one forward, get the health boosts from Venator. Sure, let's go on a hunt. Let's find somewhere to go. How about over here? Apparently this is good over here. There's been a boar sighting or a stag. This one's forest. So let's go for the boar sighting over here. And then maybe I could push myself over to some of these places on the way. Yeah, I don't need cultural ambassador. I don't think I need mercenary guards either. Let's go from here to here. Then to this one. That's too far. Okay, how about to here then? Yeah, okay. It's happy enough with that. Apply. Go with this. We'll go with this. So everyone joins, except then I uninvite everybody. There we go. They're all going to take 99 days to travel, which will probably be the exact amount of time that I'm going to take to travel, because they're traveling with me. Well, if I add in court hunters... Yeah, some of them are taking far too long. Yeah, court hunters also includes people who are landed, so let's take them out. Let's do this. Yeah, that seems good. Let's just get a couple of bits of experience. Gets us some more stress loss. Seems like a good place to start. Let's go. Right. Heart to heart. Long after most have gone to sleep for the night, I find myself seated by the campfire. What's wrong? Restus asks as he sits down next to me, with a concerned expression on his face. At first I don't know what to say, but as I start talking, it just comes out naturally, all my stress, my worries, my day-to-day issues. Just keep thinking about the time when my uncle, Alexius, died in his sleep. I can't help but wonder if I should have done things differently. Let's get some opinion and some stress loss. We're already going to get some stress loss from doing this in the first place, so... Cool. In case you're wondering why I'm not working on our other goals right now, I'm trying to build up a little bit of money, so when we go back to doing our goals, we're, like, we have some money to spend on it. Patron of the church. At the center of Aspona, there is a large church with everything else in the city settled around it. As soon as we enter the holy building, a man comes running over. My lord, you seem like a man of means. Would you be willing to donate to our church? Scraping and bowing, he holds out his hand shamelessly. I see there's some minor work being done around the building, but not nearly enough to make up for all the church's shortcomings. So I can get pious patron and get pious investments. Small donation is in order. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Mayor's Milk. Our path takes us by a sizable camp of Turkic travelers. The group amicably gestures us over to join them. A tough-looking man stirs a thick white liquid in a pot. He pours some of it into a small bowl and hands it over to me. Gomez, it's great for the bowels. Another two eye me and whisper to each other in their own language, just audibly enough for me to hear them. But I don't understand their strange speech. Hopefully they have good intentions. So I'd say I shouldn't be so mistrustful. I can get a health boost for 10 years. Mayor's Milk, that's repulsive. Or have this man teach us his ways. I don't know if we need that. I think I'm going to say I shouldn't be so mistrustful. I was sedated and robbed. Oh well, that's fine. Sentry of the Silent Dunes. In the silence of Caesarea, where the hot winds sculpt the sand, a solitary watchtower stands vigilant. Its keeper, an austere sentinel, greets us warmly. Esteemed guests, is there anything I can do for you? Perhaps you would like to join me to gaze upon the calm of the steppe. Lose stress. We can get Watchtower Guidance for extra speed. You could be our guide in these lands, or we must be off quickly. You know what? Be our guide. He also increases our speed. Our brother is our new player heir. Alright, cool. Not overly worried. How are our children looking? 7. Okay. I can influence your personality a little bit, if I wanted to. Maybe make you eccentric. That's pretty good, actually, eccentric. He would 100% become it. I just need to lower my stress slightly. Oh, my brother's my player heir. Oh, okay. Again, doesn't matter which brother it's going to be, because hopefully neither of them are my player heir. Right. That's all fine. People converting culture. Greek to leak. We're now here with an 80% success chance. We will seek the boar. Okay. What's this? Oh, it's an event I can't fire because we're away. I see. My party and I stalk through a copse, eyes peeled for any sign of the boar. From a canopy above, a soft twittering spills forth, growing louder as we advance. Is a nestling screeching for its mother. An agile huntsman brings down the fluffy eyas, an unfledged raptor chick from the birch. What luck! Only birds caught in the wild can be properly trained to hunt. So I can say, have it taken back. We get a hunting raptor for 5 years. A gift or put it back. I'll take it. That's fine. Wonderful. Acquaintance was taken prisoner. It says Mordvinia was taken prisoner. Oh, so they're about to lose their war. I can increase my hunter trait experience by not picking up the tulip. Sure. Although I can also get intrigue lifestyle experience by picking it up. Although I will gain stress for doing it. For a second I thought I'd only gain stress if I didn't succeed, but no, I gain stress either way. So I'll just take this one. It's fine. We're going to ride after the boar because it's the least stressful option. Rampaging boar. As my guest Marco and I crest a hill, we hear it. Snapping twigs, rustling branches, and birds screaming in fright herald the arrival of a furious boar that is heading straight for us. He gasps, "Look at the size of those tusks." Say, ends here. 14% chance I die. 28% chance I may be seriously injured. Marco, do something. No harder to handle than a jilted courtier. I get friend of animals for 20 years. And a hook on Marco. Or run away. I guess I'll get friend of animals for 20 years? Sure. The great beast halts just before reaching us, squealing and striking wildly. I calmly hold out my hand. The boar relaxes, confused, before tentatively halting just out of reach, sniffing at my digits suspiciously. Seeming content, it yawns widely before laying at my feet as if to sleep. That is how you slay a boar. Neighboring ruler has lost the holy war for Mordvinia. Ooh, neighboring ruler. It's lost. Oh, that was to my vassal. Oh. That was very nice of my vassal to get me that huge chunk. For the Khanate, so a kingdom level title. That's very nice of you. I mean, you have, like, caused me issues with vassal management, but it's very nice of you. Right. You did it in a nice way. After hours of riding, we're finally cornering the wily beast. You mean the one I already tamed? Anyway, our chase has not been in vain. The exhausted, panicked animal has turned to bay, struggling to stand and squealing in panic. The proud boar squeals terribly, its sharpened tusks ready to cleave in twain any who approach, as it is surrounded by sheepish hounds and huntsmen. And say, I will bring it down. 14% chance I die. Spears ready. Random participant dies, or unleash the hounds. Let's unleash the hounds, I think. They brought them down. We got savage hounds for 5 years. Nice. Oh no, I don't need to do that. Right. I heft my spear and cautiously move towards the exhausted animal. The dogs leap into action, barking as they surround the beast, slowly chipping away at in turn with their teeth. And Bounty of the Wild. Hunts like these are pure joy. I cannot wait for next year. There is nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Peter, the master of that hunt, directs the breaking up, carefully skinning the carcass with direction from the game masters. We place the eager dog's share of the spoils on the stretched hide before departing for camp at home. So we can mount its head. The guest will see its majesty. 3% domain taxes isn't bad. Or he can have it. Dangerous beast slain is also quite nice. And we get 80 glory for this one. Ooh. You know what I think we want to do before we do this? Let's see. So this is a small wall ornament. What is it competing with? Are you small? Oh. Are you small? You're large. You're small. Okay. It's actually already here at the bottom due to how it does it. We could ditch the Vassal limit 1 and then get the wild boar skull. Yeah. We'll keep it. Where are we? Did I say I was going to keep it? I guess I did. Oh. I thought I was still deciding, but I guess I wasn't. I guess I decided. Yeah, okay. I was sure that I hadn't finished, but I guess I had. Right. Vassal limit? Let's just pick someone like, you know, Bulgaria probably has a lot of vassals. Hey, Bulgaria? Here is a lovely thing. Actually, that's not even the one I wanted to give away. Where is the... Wait. There we go. Here's a lovely thing for you. Right. That's fine. Son, you're going to be influenced. You're going to be eccentric. Nice thing about eccentric is that it gives him monthly lifestyle experience, which he will get even if he is like he'll get before we play the character, if we're even going to play this character, because we might outlive him. Look at the ages, but yeah, I think it's still worth it. Let's do it. Traveling traders. As I stroll around the market of Stefane, a loud ruckus comes from just a couple of stalls down from me. There's a furious man, animated and waving his hands. Lord Mayor Shurkrishna will have your head for this. I would love to see him try. The stall owner dismisses the merchant with a wave of his hands. So I can get alliance with this guy. Perfect opportunity to make some coin, or I'll watch the spectacle. I'll make 300 gold. Yeah, definitely. My son is eccentric. Wonderful. How's my daughter looking? 0. Ah, okay. That probably is not the time for us to do anything there. Where Greeks govern. A seat of power is near, the castle of the Terma of Honorius, from which Strategos Theodosius watches over the local Greeks. This Greek Strategos, fortunately, embraces the enlightened leak-style administration. Travelling through his them is familiar and safe. Given the contracts between our people, it's expected I appear before the magnates like these, impressing them with leak virtue. Let's increase opinion, I guess. That's fine. Hey, new wandering lifestyle perk. Definitely gonna grab that immediately. Mustering. Which will immediately apply, I think, right? Upon us arriving. I would have thought that would apply, right? Traveling through your domain holdings improve. I guess we didn't go through our capital. Improves the effectiveness of your station men at arms. This is in here somewhere. We have a lot of bonuses. Yeah, I don't know even. Is anyone even stationed here? Who's stationed here? So it's those things that are stationed here. So wait, are you no, you're stationed in Arta, so it must be. I'm just trying to figure out. Wait, so it says that a group of these guys are stationed. Oh no, click to station here. No, I want to see who's currently stationed here. How do you even see who's currently stationed there? I guess you just click through each one. Ah, there you go. So you're currently stationed there. So you getting any extra bonus? No. Okay. So I guess that didn't apply. That's fine. Also, we might have to have it before you travel. But we also didn't travel through it, so we just kind of ended there. So you might have to start your travel there to get the bonus. Anyway, that is where I'm going to end the episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.